I'm pretty sure we're live. I got my drink. I got it. I do. SETI. SETI scientists. SETI scientists? What, Gina? Well, let me get over here to it. SETI scientists. SETI scientists are developing new contact protocols for the aliens. Hello, Applebrooks, Michael, and Sandy. If they're developing new protocols, well, what was wrong with the old protocols that changed their mind? Was there something wrong with them? There could have been. There really could have been. Maybe they have some new information on which they can base their, I don't know, reaction to. Something like that. You almost, if I'm... Okay, I can be heard. I can be heard. They got some new data. That's right. Humanity might not speak extraterrestrial. The SETI Post-Detection Hub wants to coordinate how we respond to alien life. Well, we already respond to alien life in our own way on an individual basis. I guess perhaps they want to be the mouthpiece for humanity. They could want to be the mouthpiece for me and the mouthpiece for you. And they may not say what you want them to say. And what if the aliens come to you and they want to make first contact with a human being instead of SETI? What if it doesn't rest in the arms of our hands of SETI? Because, you know, they could choose anybody they wanted to. And they could get the message out. They could. That's right. Hello, Mickey. Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hello, Justice, Linda, Frank. Hello. Yeah. Let's look over here at this. I haven't seen this one. It's only a 2-minute read. Hopefully we can get through it in 2 minutes. This is CNET, whatever that means, the science and space. SETI scientists developing new protocols. Contact protocols for the aliens. Well, and you know, I was once told that they don't like being called aliens because it's kind of disrespectful to some of the other life forms because they don't want to just be labeled an alien because maybe their species is quite distinct and they don't want to be, well, I don't like to be thrown in I don't like labels either. You don't like labels. Well, they don't like labels. But anyhow, we're going to see it. Humanity might not speak extraterrestrial. The SETI Post-Detection Hub wants to coordinate how we respond to alien life. Okay, we got some satellites, telescopes, a very large array telescope in New Mexico. Well, I wonder where that's located. It starred in the movie Contact, which is about humanity connecting with extraterrestrials. So, the Very Large Array Telescope in New Mexico. I'd like to see if we could pull up the Google Earth, perhaps, and see if we can pull it up again. Wonder where that's where it's at in Google Earth. I'm going to try to pull it up. No, look, I still cannot get into Google Earth. Look at all of this stuff. I have no idea what to turn off the atmosphere, restore the default settings, delete my places. No, I don't want to delete all my places. Turn off the safe mode. Switch between OpenGL. That sounds like OpenGI. ChatGT. Clear the cache. No, I'm not going to do it, you all. So they don't want us to open it up. That's fine and dandy. I'll just go and look over here in New Mexico. And the movie Contact movie. So if we can see some more images of it. Okay, well, we can see a lot of images of it. Oh, it looks really pretty. It does. Look at the pretty sky. It's got lots of telescopes. Large arrays in New Mexico. Looks like, look at that. Wonder where that's located at. That's very, that's a lot of them. So they're bound to be getting all kinds of signals from space. It looks really pretty like this. It does. Look at the beautiful yellow on it. Yeah. Can we get back to the SETI scientists, Gina? Yeah. We can get back to the SETI scientists who have developed the, what did they develop? They're developing new contact protocols for aliens. And so what happens if, there's that word if, humanity's biggest sci-fi dream comes true and intelligent extraterrestrial life form makes contact with Earth? Look how the article has already started off. It started off on an exciting tone. It did. The biggest sci-fi dream comes true. And intelligent extraterrestrial life makes contact with Earth. A group of scientists is formally working on answering the complicated question. Last week, well, this has been over a year ago, University of St. Andrews in the UK, I guess that's after that Prince Andrew or maybe King or whoever he was, new research hub that will bring together an international team of experts to help prepare humanity for alien contact. When they use the word prepare, it is a given. It is a given that there is going to be alien contact. It is a given at this point. So how are they going to prepare the people? Well, I think they're doing it right now. They're slowly letting the information get out, is what they're doing. Oh, St. Andrews in Scotland, Susan Donahue. Okay, so we got this. The SETI Post-Detection Hub will develop a framework for impact assessments, protocols, procedures, and treaties. They're going to make treaties, more treaties. Wow, designed to allow humanity to respond to the responsibly should we detect intelligent life from beyond our planet. SETI is short for Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. So wonder what type of treaty they would design. Do you think they know a type of species that they're going to target this at? Because I think that perhaps maybe a certain type of species may not like a certain type of treaty. It may not. Surely it can't be one treaty fits all. Because, one form of communication doesn't fit all forms of communication with humans. Okay, you gotta learn how to communicate on all kinds of levels with certain types of communication skills. So how are they going to do that, you all, unless they know what that species is about? They know all the characteristics, the traits, everything about it. This is really kind of it's interesting. Should we detect intelligent life beyond our planet? St. Andrews SETI specialist John Elliott is the coordinator for the project, which will draw on experts from both sciences and humanities. The group will investigate topics ranging from message deciphering. Well, that's good. Message deciphering to space law, to how to communicate the discoveries to the public. Wow. This is a really telling article. Where did they get the information that they're going to have a space law? Does anyone know a space law? And how to communicate the discoveries to the public? Are they trying to do that right now with the hearings that are taking place? The non-human intelligence that they got? That is really interesting. I'm not sure if there's any more stuff on here. No, I mean, there is. There's more things. Let's look at it. The discovery of intelligent life may not be as obvious as aliens popping over to our planet for a visit. More likely, okay, they're going to tell us what it's going to be. It might come in from it might come in the form of distant communication signals that would need to be analyzed and interpreted. So far, SETI efforts have come up empty. An Australian telescope recently scanned over 10 million stars for signs of alien tech and found nothing. You know, they got a signal that's coming through. We know that they do. The universal law of peace, William. Well, I think that's be perfect because we want some peace on Earth and goodwill toward men and women and children and animals and the Earth itself. We do. The SETI Post-Detection Hub hopes to fill a void in the discussion around humanity's potential response to the discovery of alien life. So this post-detection hub is going to fill the void. They're going to be the ones who decide. A non-profit research organization devoted to the search for alien life has issued a declaration of principles concerning the conduct and of the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. The document is a commitment to transparency and international cooperation in SETI, but the new hub aims to create a more comprehensive, detailed set of protocols. What is this? The protocols. Okay, well, they got a pretty visual here. They do. Honey, we got 144 people. Well, we got 144,000 subscribers. We've only lost around 60 just this past month. That's right. I've been stuck below 500 subscribers for the whole month. That's so nice of them. It's fine in the big scope of my life. It is. Look at this. Look how pretty that is. Protocol for an ETI signal. What is an ETI signal? The parties to this declaration are individuals and institutions participating in the scientific search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI. The purpose of the document is to declare their commitment to search. It's made in recognition of profound scientific, social, ethical, legal, philosophical, and other implications of a SETI detection. And information collected during the search will be handled by signatories who have voluntarily constructed this declaration. And they got a current list of signatory parties. It will be transparent. I hope it is transparent. The experiments are going to be transparent, and its practitioners will be free to present reports on activities and results in public and professional foray. They will be responsive to the news organizations and other public communications. There is no obligation to disclose the verification efforts while they are underway, and there should be no premature disclosures pending verification. Inquiries from the media and the news organizations should be responded to promptly. Okay, so that's what the congressional hearing is calling for. Stuff like that. Something about a Rio scale. Equivalent guide to the significance. Confirmed detections. If the verification process confirms by the consensus of the other investigators and is certainly judged by the discoverers to be credible, that the signal or the other evidence is due to be extraterrestrial intelligence, the discoverer shall report this conclusion in a full and complete manner to the public. I guess it doesn't have to go through any screenings, you all, at this point. If they got to come report the conclusion to the public and the scientific community and the Secretary General of the United Nations. The confirmation report will include the basic data, the process, results of verification, conclusions, interpretations, detected information, content of signal itself. And it will also be made known to the International Astronomical Union. I never heard of that. They got a post-detection, public analysis. You want to read their ET signal thing. I'm going to stick it in the live stream. You can read about their ET signal thing that they have developed. I don't want to read it anymore. It's too long. I'm going to come back here to this page. They got a new hub. The hub's work is just beginning, so it hasn't offered any recommendations yet, but there's a sense of urgency. Will we ever get a message from ET? You know you're going to get a message. You probably already got the message. We don't know. We also don't know when this is going to happen. Now, this is double speak. This is double speak. They say, will we ever get a message? We don't know. Then they also turn right back around and say, we also don't know when this is going to happen. We do know that we cannot afford to be ill-prepared. Scientifically, socially, politically, and rudderless, without a rudder, like a ship on the sea, for an event that could turn into reality as early as tomorrow, and which we cannot afford to mismanage. They don't want to be like a ship on the sea without a rudder, and they go in all directions, and they can't even steer it. They know it's going to happen. They know it's going to be let out, the information. NASA have its own streaming service. Is that it with that? I guess that's it with that. I wanna know if they have it up and going yet. Let's check it out. Let's come over here to what is it named? The SETI's Post-Detection Hub. I'm going to copy it. I'm gonna copy. I didn't want to copy the link. I just wanted to post it in here, but I'll post it, you all. SETI Post-Detection Hub. No, I just want to type it in here. I just want to do it right here. I'm just going to type it. SETI Post-Detection Hub. Let's see if they got anything new on their Post-Detection Hub. It's just another WordPress. It's set up. They found a post-detection hub. They're preparing for alien contact. Let's see, anytime, if they've got it within the past month. Is there any information coming out of it? 500,000 students in county at the SETI Institute. Education, science, technology, and engineering. Alien contact could end. We want to read this, you all. Now they're saying we're going to get genocide. So let's see what this is. I've never heard this before. Oh, this isn't awful big. We're only halfway through 2023. It feels like we're already in the year of alien contact. He gave orders to shoot down 3 aerial phenomenons, NASA's title for UFOs. Then the alleged leaked footage from a Navy pilot of a UFO. Then a whistleblower report on a possible U.S. government cover-up about research. And then the most recently, an independent analysis published in June suggests that UFOs might have been collected by a clandestine agency of the U.S. government. If any actual evidence of extraterrestrial life emerges, whether from a whistleblower discussion or from an admission of a cover-up, humans are going to face a historic paradigm shift. You're going to face a historic paradigm shift. So you better get ready. As members of an Indigenous Studies working group who were asked to lend our disciplinary expertise to a workshop affiliated with the Berkeley SETI Research Center, we have studied centuries of cultural contacts and their outcome from around the globe. Our collaborative preparations for the workshop drew the transdisciplinary research in Australia, New Zealand, Africa, and across the Americas. Its final form is our group statement. The need for diverse perspectives on the ethics of listening for alien life and a broadening of what defines intelligence life. Intelligence life, they may not look like us at all. They may just even be like a plasma or something. but its plasma is an intelligent life form. It is. I was thinking about this. When it gets bright outside and you want to do a video, and first the video that you're doing, even with the live streaming, you can see the screen, but then something happens and then it goes dark. I was sitting there thinking about it this day when I was outside at the Ohio River. I thought, what if the plasma itself on the inside of the cell phone, it doesn't like the light getting through, and the plasma itself is the thing that turns down the brightness of your phone, because it's in control. Because when you get a new cell phone, if you, like I had to do, I had to hold my old cell phone over top the new cell phone, and the plasma in my old cell phone had to recognize that swirling plasma in my new cell phone. It was my iPhone 8. And it couldn't recognize it. It didn't like it. It wouldn't recognize it at all. So that really bothered me, because I thought I got this swirling plasma around in my iPhone 8, and it don't recognize that plasma in the iPhone 4 or with the iPhone SE that I have. I let the phone sit there for 3 months until I thought, well, I gotta activate that phone and see if the plasma will like it. And the plasma finally, I guess it liked it. But yeah, it's living, and I'm thinking, is this plasma in this phone, is it the one that making the screen all black or dark? If there's a life form inside your phone, what if there is? That plasma in your phone is the life form inside your phone, and it's a super intelligent life form. And we're talking about right here, they want to, they have a diverse perspectives on the ethics of listening for alien life and broadening of what defines intelligence and life. Based on our findings, we consider first contact less as an event and more as a long process that has already begun. What is this? What is this? I want to see what that brings up. On the frontier of redefining. Okay, it's a book. American Indian Cultural and Research Journal. It's the article possesses. Can you all see this? Because I keep pushing my screen on my Stream Deck to do the screen only. I don't even know if I'm over here. Gina, you got to redo your video. Okay, I'm going to redo it. The article persists that the search for extraterrestrial intelligent life, which is SETI, remains grounded in hierarchical and progressivist. These are big words right here. I've not heard of this word. I've not heard of this word before. Right here, these words. I've heard of a hierarchical, but a progressivist worldview that has fueled the colonialism throughout the history, building upon the work of Enrique Dussel and Arthur Lovejoy. Wait. Who was the Lovejoy? Am I thinking of the Cthulhu? Who did Cthulhu book? Was he a Lovejoy or somebody, person, you all? The Cthulhu stuff? Who wrote about it? Didn't that have the word love in it too? Why? This is a weird last name, Love and Joy. I love the word love and joy. Something else to the Lovecraft. See, Danny Lovett. There's something to these words. Okay, there really is. Arthur Lovejoy, in particular, the author demonstrates how the previous earthly explorations produce a covering over of others rather than a discovery. Those working in SETI fields must consider these histories, and the article advocates for more engagement with the indigenous studies scholarship to reach a genuine frontier frontier and a meta-paradigm shift beyond the object-oriented scientific methods, which are a key component of what the author calls settler science. So you all might want to read that, on the frontier of redefining intelligent life, right there. It's getting hot up here. It's fine. I'm going to take a shower when I get done. Who's in charge of first contact? The question of who is in charge of preparing for contact with alien life immediately comes to mind. The communities and their interpretive lenses. Now that's right. We all have our very own interpretive lens. I have my own interpretive lens. You've got your own interpretive lens. And sometimes we have the same interpretive lens. We do. But this right here may not be, their interpretive lens may not work for us. Most likely to engage in any contact scenario would be militarily, corporate, and scientific. That's their interpretive lens. Yeah. By giving Americans the legal right to profit from space tourism and planetary resource extraction, the Commercial Space Launch Competitive Act of 2015 could mean that the corporations will be the first to find the signs of extraterrestrial societies. Otherwise, while detecting an unidentified aerial phenomenon is usually a military matter, and NASA takes the lead on sending the messages from Earth. Most activities around the extraterrestrial communications and evidence fall to a program called SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. If you're just tuning in, they had developed, or they also have developed, protocols on how to make alien contact. So we got techno-signatures, markers of pollutants, design technology. SETI investigators are virtually always STEM, which means science, technology, engineering, and math scholars. Why not regular people? Few in the social science and humanity fields have been afforded the opportunities to contribute to concepts of and preparations for contact. Well, you got to be vetted. You got to be a vetted individual, I guess, you think? Solely vetted to work with those industries. Okay. In promising act, Berkeley in 2018 invited working groups, including indigenous studies. Well, that's nice. It is. You got to have some ethics for listening. Statement of ethics, commitment to transparency. Their working group is not the first to raise the issue. They got a SETI and other search things. Post-Detection Hub, we see it. SETI, STEM centrism. The possible circumstances imagines the most likely range of contact scenarios. The possible circumstance imagined include finding ET artifacts. Well, okay, detecting signals from thousands of light years away, like that supermassive black hole, that monstrous invisible black hole that is ripping and tearing its way through space, and it's so many thousands of light years away with a trail of 200. It has like 200,000 mile long tail headed straight toward Earth. Okay, dealing with the linguistic incompatibility. Linguistic means the language barrier. You may not even be able to understand them. Finding the microbial organisms in space. Well, according to If Aliens Invaded the Earth by the Science Channel, one of the scientists on there, they said that would truly be the first type of invasion. It would be a microbial invasion, the most likely one, he said. And it showed, and if aliens invaded the Earth, it showed this great big massive black ship above the Earth in orbit. and it let out all these black spiky balls that fell to the earth. And they fell everywhere. They attached themselves to people's skin and stuff. And the scientists were trying to do something. They'd pull them off the people. They had people in white hazard suits going around collecting them. They were everywhere. They tried to cut it open. They couldn't even penetrate it. Then after a while, they left. And then that was so weird. Okay, let me see this. Organisms in space or other planets. Biological contamination of either their or our species. Wow, now listen to that. The Post-Detection Hub would include a biological contamination of either their or our species. They are saying that our species could get biologically contaminated. But from what? What would it get? Where would the contamination come from if it was biological? Whether the U.S. government or the heads of the military would heed these scenarios is another matter. Biological contamination of our species? Who would do such a thing, you all? Who would do that? Gina, why are you smiling? I'm just saying, who would do a biological? How could we have a biological contamination of the species? The intentions of those listening for the techno-signatures are benevolent. That would be nice. SETI-affiliated scholars tend to reassure the critics that the intentions of those listening for techno-signatures are benevolent, since what harm could come from simply listening? Well, who are they talking about that are benevolent? The intentions of those listening for techno-signatures are benevolent. Why would they put that in a sentence? Why would they have to assure the people that we have all the best intentions? Okay, defended listening because the civilization that they defended listening because any ET civilization would perceive our listening techniques as immature and elementary. So they got the working group thinking about whole civilizations comparatively advanced or intelligence. And you don't want to have a preconceived notion. It's like this. The Americas, those relationships were shaped by the preconceived notion that the Indians were less advanced due to their lack in writing. This led to decades of indigenous servitude. Gina, honey, let's push this over here, you all. Let me do that. No, we got Congress. They're holding their hearings, and they've already, what a picture they got of that. Is that the real picture? Did you think they did some photoshopping right there with that picture? It's wild looking. Could be something in the sky there. The Grand Canyon looks like it. If you follow the complex, perplexing world of unidentified flying objects and tied to the term unidentified anomalous phenomenon, a UAP, you're aware that we may be inching toward a full disclosure. We're going to see a disclosure in a lifetime. We will. And it will probably come all of a sudden, out of nowhere. They will have given some briefings and dropped some hints. You already had Stephen Greer do his. Before that, you had the military do theirs and the UAPs, and I think then you had somebody else do theirs, and now we have this. The great big one will come from the other life forms themselves. I would assume that will be the next big one. That one right there. What this means is uncorking the bottle filled to the brim with an elixir of truth. Say disclosure activists that Earth has been receiving end of exotic craft off-world origin. But what about the interstellar craft? Even more, there are allegations of a covert U.S. government reverse engineering program set up to essentially write an operator's manual on how the alleged anomalous vehicles function. The drumbeat, you all, of the U.S. government is ready to spill the beans on a possible alien guest to Earth, and it's louder than ever. whether it's next week, next year, or next decade, what are the social consequences of first contact? Or at least some outing of historical records documenting evidence of visitors from afar. Are we ready for such a revelation? There appears to be a debate on what the ripple effects might be. Yeah, the ripple effects of what it might be, which is, sure, we know what it's going to be. We're going to have some people in denial, and if they start seeing people, other types of life forms, really think about it. If they start seeing other types of life forms and they land their crafts and stuff and they don't look like them, they're going to try to use their primitive weapons, which would be guns and stuff like that, and the aircrafts, the other beings, they have highly advanced weapons, and to just fry you, just disintegrate you in an instant. They will. The lasers that come from above, even with the militaries of the world, yeah, the lasers will come and they can disintegrate. It's just be like in those movies. They fire their beam and poof, you're gone. You just get melted completely. Gina, that sounds so whatever. Well, you know they got the technology. We got it. They got even more advanced. They're not going to give you, with the technology that the aliens or extraterrestrials or higher evolved species have, they're not going to give you their best technology. No, they're going to give you the bottom of the barrel technology, because they're not going to give you something that is on par with what they got, so you both can duel it out and kill each other in the process. They're not going to do that. No, they got technology now. Humans got technology now. And it's way, way behind these other advanced species. The other advanced species are the dominant species. They're the ones way up there, and humanity is way down here. Humanity is this big compared to the other species out there, the other life forms. So they're not going to have technology that's going to surpass the other life forms, and we know it. It's not even going to come close, and they know it. They'll give it a good fighting chance, and probably a lot of lives will be lost, and a lot of destruction will happen. Or perhaps they'll just throw their hands up in the air and they'll surrender to something that comes until something else comes, and then you really see the final battle take place. Because it's going to take place, a final battle. And you might even be here for it. You might be raptured out of here. You might be taken out on a spaceship. You could. You never know. Taken out of here, that'd be great, as long as it's benevolent, as it's good life forms and stuff. You may get to go back home where you came from if you're a volunteer here on Earth. You know, what do you mean volunteer? Well, there's a theory that some people agreed to come here to Earth at this particular moment in time, really, for such a time as this, like that. I am going to go, but they have, what have they done? SETI is working on new protocols, and you know they probably already got them. They do, and we ain't hearing about them yet. But, yeah, we got the disclosure happening, and it's going to happen. You're going to see the aliens. You're going to see the UFOs en masse. You're going to hear more and more talk, and then it'll all be out in the open, and then you're going to have to deal with it. So with that being said, hello. Wherever you are in any part of the world, hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, you all. And it's heating up. It really is. They want the information out, and it seems like they're trying to push it out as fast as possible. It really does, because I think they have a time frame to get it all out before they show up en masse. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.